What if they did? What if they did? Okay, what if they fucking broke the internet, bro? Gave Henry Cavill Batman. Would you be happy with that?
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
All right, bro. I know we've been saying we're going to pick it up as far as, reading more comics and everything like that. We were doing good for a little bit. I think we both kind of stopped. At least I know I stopped for a little bit. But a new run for some DC comics just came out.
Yes.
They're doing, all in and everything like that. And the one that everyone's been talking about is this bad boy right here, Absolute Batman.
Yeah. I've been seeing nothing but positive things about it.
Oh my goodness, Mario.
Yeah.
He is a brute.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like just alternate reality, not alternate realities, but just different storylines, right? Like Superman grew up on Krypton, Wonder Woman grew up in hell.
Of all these heroes.
What's Batman's again?
Just a broke boy.
Oh yeah, he didn't grow up rich. Yes, he grew up middle class, right?
Yeah, his damn, what was his mom?
And he was like an engineer, correct?
Yeah, he's a construction worker.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hence why he's built. Hence why he's so built like that. His dad's a teacher or whatever. I think his mom's like a nurse or something. I can't remember what his mom is. So I feel bad, but nonetheless, very good story. Very good first issue. They're coming out the gate. Even some of the villains are in there, and they're different, dude. They're different.
That's what I've heard. I've heard each iteration is different.
Yeah, I am really enjoying this. I can't wait to see what the rest of the series has in store. And I know we both saw King Lion talk about Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman and how they're fucking amazing. I can't wait to read those next. But yeah, bro. At least next time when we see each other, I'll lend you this one. You can read it, see if you like it.
Yeah. I've probably been reading like once a week, twice a week. For a while there, I was reading like every day.
Yeah.
I'm still on Ultimate Spider-Man, which the Ultimates I think are like kind of also different iterations of like the normal thing that we see.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got done with them going against the Sinister Six, but the Sinister Six in it is kind of like different. And then like Goblin, like I said, bro, he's an actual fucking goblin that's huge. Yeah. Like in the book, I don't say he's as big as the Hulk, but he looks fucking huge. Like he makes
like off of Into the Spider-Verse.
He makes that's fair. Yeah, he makes Captain America look small. Like he makes so yeah, I guess it's kind of like that, but no, dude, yeah. I mean, I'm willing to borrow. I wish I had a comic store close to me. Where I live, there's no comic. There's no comic book shops.
I really want to say like the closest one is like Firewolf for you.
Yeah, it is. I looked it up before, so that's why it's hard for me to start reading these editions weekly because like you have comic book shops, you have so many close to you. I don't have any. I'd have to go out to Firewheel, Mesquite, Dallas. But yeah, I'll end up reading them for sure, but I don't know when.
And another thing, finished Breaking Bad.
Oh, did you? Cool. Okay, so what do you think?
It was beautiful.
Well, so before we get to the ending, so then you have to watch. So now you have to watch El Camino on Netflix.
Okay, that's that movie, right?
Yes. It's okay. But okay, so wait, so you finished it, right? So you're completely done.
I'm done with Breaking Bad.
Okay, so when Jesse leaves.
Yeah.
He goes off in the car. Yeah. It follows straight from that, and it shows what happens with him.
Okay. Because I think
Breaking Bad just left that.
Yeah, I think whenever last time I was on Netflix and I like hovered over El Camino and it said like a Breaking Bad like story or something like that, you see Jesse in like on like the photo that Netflix shows, and I was like, oh, okay, so Jesse's still there. But gosh, bro, those last like 10 episomes were so intense. It was 16
they fucking
episodes.
Crazy? Weren't they crazy?
I was
bro?
on a roll with doing a season a week or whatever, and then I really just said I'm stopping for a little bit, and I did, and then I watched like one episode, then I wait a couple days, watch another, and then like I just wait like a week. It's been a little bit, but I finally finished it all, and damn, man. And I know I texted you that, bro. Hank figured it out, bro. Hank figured it out.
It's so crazy, bro. First off, okay, I put myself in those shoes. Now, granted, maybe if I was a detective, maybe I would have. But I put myself in those shoes, and I think, bro, if I'm taking a shit and I'm reading that book, I'll just be like, oh, Walter got this book. Cool. Like, good for him.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. I would
like I
not
would
put two and
not.
two
But
together.
he puts the initials right. He puts the initials together, and
WW. Yeah.
yep, dude, that's so crazy, bro. I just remember watching this thing, and oh my gosh, it was intense. Okay, so let me ask you this: were you happy with how the show ended? And does first, okay, I guess 3 questions here. Were you happy with the show with how it ended? Do you see why I consider it my all-time favorite show? And do you have it up there as your all-time favorite show, or at least in the top 3 shows of all time that you've seen?
Um, I see why you love it so much. Yeah, I'd put it up there with one of my favorite shows because off the back it has me hooked, and I I didn't have a boring episode at
Right.
all, and that's
Mhm.
what happens sometimes. I mean, even though I just said, I was on a roll and then I stopped. It wasn't because I was bored. It's just because it's a lot.
Yeah.
I was watching so much, and then I just got okay. I need a break for a little bit because
Yes.
it's a lot. No boring episodes. It kept me interested the whole time. Um and like damn, dude.
Were you
Damn, the
happy with
way it
how it
ended,
ended though?
I was gonna say the way it ended, it had to end that way, I guess.
It
It
kind of left a
had
little bit
to.
to desired for me.
Yeah.
When I first watched it, there were some things where I thought, I feel like you could have done this different. Fucking Jesse, man, poor guy, dude.
What did I say
Poor.
last time, bro? He can't catch a break.
He truly couldn't. He truly couldn't catch a break throughout the whole show. And yeah, he gets away at the end, but I mean, bro, who I don't remember if they say it or who knows how long it was. I think it was a while that they had him as their slave, like he was there cooking their crystal
Yeah, it
meth.
was a couple months.
And bro, they just have him in this little pit. He grows out his beard. Yeah, bro, it was fucking insane. What's his face? I forget his name. That the dude that's always from Like Mike. What's his name?
Todd.
Todd, this motherfucker, bro. Here I am. He was so respectful to Walter. He was always
Mhm.
respectful to Walter. But then he gets his family involved. Bro, when they're out in the desert and when you see what happens to Hank, like that fucking sucks. And what's crazy too is Walt is a savage, but he also like he didn't want Hank to die.
No, he gave up. It's family.
Yeah, but like, gosh, man,
The
it,
uh
it
like okay, so when Hank died, I thought it had to happen, bro. It had to happen. I mean, I hate saying like that, but like I didn't see another way for that to
right, right,
end in that scenario.
yes.
There was no other way for that scenario
It was
to
either
go.
Hank dies or Hank puts Walt in prison, and like that was either it
Exactly.
was either or.
So that didn't really shock me. I was just like, dang. When Todd pulled up to Andrea's house and said, Jesse's in the truck, he's over there. I'm Jesse's friend, go say hi or whatever. She's like, where is he? Where is he? Where's he? And Jesse's tied up, has the mouth is all covered and everything like that. And he straight up said, this isn't personal. Shot her in the back of the head, bro. Jaw was on the floor. And
He was bro. He's a fucking savage. Todd,
bro,
and his
and
family.
Jesse,
Holy shit.
just that scene. God damn, what's his name? The actor, bro, that plays Jesse.
Oh, Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul, yes. Just that scene alone of him screaming, I thought, bro, I hope he won an award just for that right there, because that was emotion, bro. That was real tears he gave, and
Yeah.
bro, my heart sank for him because then I just kept thinking, he fucking can't win, bro. He can't win. The girl that he ended up falling in love with is safe. He gave her money to start a whole new life. He checks in once in a while, whatever. This is his. She had nothing to do with anything for a long time, bro, and she just gets got, just like that.
Mhm.
I thought, God, bro, poor Jesse.
Yeah, dude, he for real couldn't catch a break throughout the whole show. Walt ends up dying. I mean, some people say he deserved his death. I mean, yeah, he did a lot of bad shit. I just kind of wish that they would have did it a little differently. A lot of people swore that he was still alive because we never saw his body, right? Like you never saw him die. So when El Camino came out, I guess sorry to spoil it for you, but he doesn't show up. Like he's dead. So
Well, what do you mean they don't show his body?
well, because he's there, right? I thought that he's gone at the end.
Walt?
Yeah.
No. When he pulls up and goes to Todd's family and everything like that, he sets
Yeah,
up that
with the
trap,
machine
that
gun.
gun.
Yes.
Yeah. But he
Genius,
gets
by the
shot.
way.
Y'all
Yes.
fucking genius. He gets shot, and when Jesse
Mm.
drives away, then you see him like show it, and then he goes inside the barn where they have the lab, and he's just admiring everything. And then you see his hand on the equipment and see the cops in the background, but then his hand lets go, and it goes like a panoramic shot going up, and he's on the ground, and he's like eyes wide open, but he's dead.
So a lot of people still were saying that we didn't see him like actually put in, like they were still hyping it up that he was going to show up in El Camino.
Mm.
And no, he doesn't. He's dead. So I mean, yeah, I guess like I said before, dude, it's just from start to finish. Like you said, there wasn't a boring episode. So from start to finish, if you really think about like just from how good it was at the beginning to how good it was at the end, it doesn't drop off to me. So that's why I have it as my all-time favorite show.
A couple things real quick. Marie, Hank's wife, annoying
So
as hell.
annoying. Yeah.
Especially whenever she decided she wanted to become a little badass and everything like that. You know, you have to kill Walt. You know, you have to get him. This shut your ass up, bro. You don't do nothing, bro. You a thief. Get the fuck out of here. Skylar,
So annoying as well.
she was so annoying. Even in the end, you know, once she realized the jig was up, you know, they getting caught. Um, After Hank died, here's the part that really pissed me off. After Hank died and Walt came back to the house and was trying to pack up everyone's stuff, bro. He had luggage already. He just basically said, just grab a little extra shit and dip. Walt Jr., what's going on? What's going? Just talk to me. Skylar, you know, what's going on? What have you done? Yada yada. Just listen, please. Just get everything. We'll explain everything. Please, please. We're fine. Just go. In my head, I just kept thinking, bro, slap both of them. Slap your wife, slap your son, and say, get it together and listen to me. And they're, what's going on? We're not leaving until you say what's going on. Shh, bro.
Yeah.
Especially Walt Jr., bro. Where's Uncle Hank? Shut your bitch ass up, bro.
Yeah.
Just pissing me off.
What's crazy too is like, you know, Walt ends up obviously going by himself, but
Yeah.
he has all the money, dude. He has all this money in this tub, but it doesn't matter to him. Like the reason he did it was for his family, and he doesn't have his family. So
Yeah.
the dude was a fucking genius. Even how he reaches out to, you know, Skylar and Walt Jr. at the end.
Mhm.
The cops have their phones wiretapped. Like, bro, yeah. I mean, I want to you watching this makes me want to rewatch it.
Oh, another thing. So Mike died, bro.
Yeah.
I hated seeing Mike die. But prior to that, he gave this whole speech to Walt telling him, we had a good ass thing going.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good operation, more money than you've ever seen. You were making a good ass amount of money, and all you had to do was just stay in line. He
Yep.
goes, Gus was good, I was good, you were good, and the kid talking about Pinkman was good. He goes, you had to. I don't know if he said greedy or whatever. He was like, you just had to take over. You just had to, you know, put your do input into it and do all this. I was the whole time I kept thinking, you're fucking right, bro.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
reasoning for what? Did Walt just truly think, I need more money? More like this isn't
You
enough.
just
Like
want to
I
be in
need
control.
more. Yeah.
You just
And
wanted
I
to
was
be in
like,
control of everything.
I thought, bro, Gus gave you the opportunity of a lifetime. You wouldn't have this money without him. I get, you know, why he died and everything like that, whatever. But I just thought, bro, Mike is right. You
Yeah.
screwed everything up. All you had to do was just shut up, put your little chef's hat on, cook that shit, and go
Yep.
home.
But he
But
was making like
no.
it was like 3 million for 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but then
bro,
they even tried but they wanted to offer him more and they want to do more
yeah.
stuff for him, but he
No, yeah.
nah, bro, he wanted to make more.
Yeah. No, Walt, you could argue yes, Walt was the downfall of all of that. Like
Yeah.
because Gustavo Fring did this for so long. Like if Walt stays in line, they don't ever get caught. You can argue, like you know,
Yeah.
unless like you could argue they don't get caught ever, and then Walt can do this for like a year, 2 years, make his money, dip, have a good, you know. But no, yeah, Walt, he wanted to be controlled, bro. Um, I think you'll need to sit with it for a little bit before you call it your all-time favorite show. But I think at the end, a few months down the line, you'll be like, I mean, yeah, there's nothing really compare. Like Game of Thrones is the only comparison I have.
Yeah, season 1, House of Dragons. I said season 1 only.
But that's what I'm saying. So like when you compare a show just full from start to finish,
Yeah.
I mean nothing compares to Breaking Bad in my opinion. I know there's some other shows that I haven't watched. Like a lot of people like The Wire, a lot of people say Sopranos, but like I watched Sopranos. I watched like the first 2 seasons, and it's nothing compared to Breaking Bad. It's all story.
Well, yeah, I think for that, it's just you just have to understand that and you're good to go.
Yeah.
The
Anyway,
next one on the list though, Peaky Blinders. So that's the next.
yes, I still have to finish Peaky Blinders. I have 2 episodes. I watched the last season, and then that's around the time when we had Jade and my daughter, and I just never got around to finishing it. But I'm
Oh
almost
yeah, I
done. I
definitely
mean, I
got to
have
finish that shit before the movie comes out.
Peaky Blinders is really good, bro. Told me fucking Shelby. Okay,
But
episode
anyways,
51, bro. I'm
yeah,
Mario.
episode 51. I'm Vincent.
What do we got today? We saw the Joker. Saw Joker 2. We're a little late, I know, but we'll
Yeah.
review that today. What do you want to start off with first?
Um, we did get a couple DC news for the past. I know we didn't do a pop culture, superhero thing last episode, but we have a couple, new DC things going around. A couple new announcements. Let's see. Starting off with, bro, I think the big one that me and you were like plus surprised about, bro. An animated Robin origin film is officially in the works at DC.
Yep.
Where did that come from? I don't know. Am I happy we're getting it? Hell yeah, bro. Why? Because guess what? It's going to be following Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphan thieves, and they're going to call themselves the dynamic duo. Bro, what?
Yeah, I'm in, bro. I mean, fuck it, dude. I mean, James Gunn, I think he knows too that a lot no matter what from start to finish, a lot of the best DC movies that we've gotten are animated.
Yep.
So, I mean, bro, and animation is killing it right now. So, and you can, and like we said multiple times, you can just do so much animated. You could do a lot more animated than you can live action.
So it's going to be produced by Matt Reeves and James Gunn. It's not going to be set in the DC universe, so it's not going to have any continuity for what the live action stuff or whatever officially we're going to get in that universe. But it
Yeah,
will use a mix of animation, puppeteer, and CGI.
it's crazy.
That's interesting. That's
That is
very
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah,
But bro,
I'm trying to
off the back of
imagine
getting
it.
to oh yeah, I'm trying to imagine. I know they put that. I guess the studio that's going to be responsible for the puppeteering and like the animation and everything. They've already done a project prior, and I think we sent it to each other and like their
Yeah, you
work
sent it to me. Yeah,
looks
it
good.
looks good. Yeah, it did
Looks
look good.
very good. So definitely interested in that. And then I think the other news that we got is it was during an interview, but basically the interview ended up letting it slip that Teen Titans movie is in the works from DC as
Yes.
well, and they already have the script writer, the one who did the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow script. She's going to be in charge of that Teen Titans script. I'm down for it. Teen Titans movie, a Robin movie, both
But
coming
yeah,
from DC. I'm
been
down.
we've been needing a Teen Titans movie, Teen Titans live action. We've been needing that.
Yeah. Now is this going to be straight Teen Titans or we want to get Titans? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like which one?
yeah,
There's a difference between the two.
yes, yeah. Like a older, like how it was in the show.
Yeah, how it was in the show, like the older group. We're not going to get a Robin. We're going to get Nightwing.
Yes.
Or are we going to get the regular Robin? Are we going to get
Yeah. What would you
you
prefer to
know
see?
Teen Titans?
Okay. Do you
Teen
want
Titans. Get
Cyborg
us.
in there?
Yeah,
So do I.
yeah. I'd take Cyborg in Teen Titans.
Would you take a do you think a funny cyborg would be a thing that DC should try and do? Because the last cyborg that we got was serious as fuck.
Yeah. Go with the funny one. Just because honestly, the success from the Teen Titans show, the first one, not the Teen Titans Go, not the really
Yeah.
kiddie animation one, the success from that first one, bro. That cyborg,
That's
he
the
was
one I
serious,
watched.
but he was also he was serious, but he was also funny as well.
Yes.
And I think that resonated with a lot of fans. So go for it. I'll
Yeah.
take that whole lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, the previous live action cyborg just wasn't doing it. I mean, dude, serious as fuck. I can't even imagine him cracking a joke.
Ray Fisher.
Yeah. And that may not have been his fault. I mean, whatever. There's a lot of things to unravel there. But yeah, I mean, I think I prefer a funny cyborg as well, but not over the top funny, not like a Thor funny,
Oh
not like
God, no.
not like that, but like a cyborg that knows that he's the smartest thing in the world, right? And he can do pretty much anything, he can hack anything, but also makes jokes here and there.
I need to see him and Beast Boy bounce off each other, have some good
Yeah,
times together.
like
Something like that'd be cool.
yeah, maybe like the funniness comes from the banter between the two, not him necessarily making jokes, but just like
Okay.
them talking shit to each other. Like them talking to each other is what makes people laugh, but not necessarily him making jokes like Thor does.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Either way, though, I'm excited. Yeah, bro, we've been needing a Titans movie.
I agree, and I now okay. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, so with Batman Brave and the Bold, there was also a rumor that the Titans movies can come out before Brave and the Bold, which curious to see how that's going to go. But if Brave and the Bold is going to have Damian Wayne, then which Robin is going to
It's
be
Titans.
in Teen Titans? Is it going to be
Well,
Tim
see,
Drake? Is it going to be, or is
that
it going to
makes
be
me
like
think
a
that we're
prequel
getting
that where we're going to get like a Dick Grayson? Like, how
yeah.
is that going to
That
play out?
that makes me think that we're getting a Dick Grayson as Nightwing in the Titans.
Mm,
That's what makes me think. I think that we're getting an older version of the Titans, not the Teen Titans.
okay, so we're just to get Titans.
Yeah, well, because when you say that, if Damien's already the Batman or the Robin, sorry, then I'm thinking Dick Grayson's already in the Titans or something like I'm. That's the way I look at it. I mean, but yeah, I mean maybe it is Tim Drake or something, or maybe you're right. Maybe it is a prequel. There's a lot of possibilities, bro.
I'm interested though. I'm excited.
Yeah, so
I'm
am I.
down.
I mean, we've been needing it, like I said.
Another thing we have on the show notes, bro, is I saw this tweet and it just made me want to talk about it, bro. Basically, where we're at right now with DC and James Gunn DC universe.
Okay,
So this tweet from DCU Brief says James Gunn became DC co-CEO only 2 years ago. In that time, the studio has already announced 5 to 10 year slate, filmed Superman, filmed Peacemaker and Creature Commandos, casted over 15 key character or superhero roles, approved finished scripts for Supergirl and Lanterns. Honestly, that's a lot already.
he's getting shit done. He's getting
He's
shit
getting
done.
shit done, even though we don't have anything out right now. But it's really, really nice to know that stuff is like filmed, stuff is in the can, stuff is being post production already. Like
Yeah,
we saw that tweet from Soups talking about like think about it, like someone is mixing the audio and mixing edits and doing all the sounds and everything for Superman.
but
They're
it's already
literally
filmed.
watching it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's filmed, it's done. Like that's crazy to think about.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's laying the foundation. And like you said, yeah, like we finally have things in the works. Like it's no more for a long time. It just feels like this was the plan, and then it never happened. Now this is going to be the plan. Then it never happened. Now this is going to be the plan. Now he's doing. He said this is the plan, and he's laying the foundation down. I'm excited. I mean, bro, it's been so long, man. You know how I feel about it. I'm so jaded to the situation. Like it's at this point, it's like when it comes out, I will get excited for it, or it's like when it comes out, then I will fully believe it. So I'm happy James Gunn is there. You talking about the Teen Titans stuff, like I'm happy about that, but I'm still like I'll see it when I see the cast and when I see it start filming and when I still need to see that stuff because I've already been disappointed too many times. I feel.
Do you have any hope? Like, does this new like hearing everything that James Gunn has already done, hearing the foundation that he set, knowing the success he's had with Marvel and Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad he's already done for DC, does he give you hope in what he can accomplish with DC going forward?
Yeah, he does. I'm just saying I'm still at the point where it's like I need to see it. Like I need to see it to believe it because I've been disappointed so many times by DC, dude. You've been disappointed too, but so many times by DC. A lot of us have. So it's like until I see it, and this has nothing to do with James Gunn. I have full faith in James Gunn. I think if Warner Brothers leaves James Gunn alone and lets him do his thing, then I think we're gonna have a beautiful DC universe, but it's if Warner Brothers leaves them alone. And that's my biggest thing is I hope that they don't start getting involved. And like let's say James Gunn has, let's say Superman comes out and it doesn't do as well as Warner Brothers would like. I mean, I just hope that they just are willing to be like first one in the books. Let's build from here and let's not get in James Gunn's way because I could totally see them doing that. If it doesn't do as well as they think it will, then they're gonna be like, oh shit, we just can't get over this hump, and they can start putting their input in.
Um, I was gonna say kind of the way Man of Steel. Okay, so the Man of Steel grossed 670 million worldwide. Didn't cross a billion, but that was good enough for Warner Brothers to say, "Go for it, give us a
Yes,
DC universe." And I've said this before on here. I don't think Superman needs to make $1 billion.
I
I
don't think
don't.
so
Would
either.
it be great? Yes, it would. Because guess what? Hell yeah, bro. All that says is that this is a watchable film. People love it. This has rewatchability. And what a way to kick off the new DC universe. I'll be more than happy with that. But if it just makes north of 5, I'd be happy. And if people actually like it, that's successful. Let's move on. Let's see what happens. And I agree, as long as Warner Brothers stays out of the way, I think it's okay. But I really think that this is different because Warner Brothers is under new ownership with David Zaslav, and not just that, DC actually has their own studio. I really think that's going to be a big part of it, because before it was just Warner Brothers owned DC, the whole film division and everything like that, and they were involved and they had the full say in it. Now, bro, DC Studios gets to do all their own shit, and everyone now will have to report to Peter Safran and James Gunn. That's a little different. So in a step in the right direction when it comes to DC Studios being formed, I think off the back that's just showing confidence in what they're going to have planned, and that things are going to move a little easier from now on, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I hope so. I think all it takes is one thing though to derail this whole thing, and all it takes is just one thing to derail this whole thing. Whether it's Warner Brothers coming in, whether it's James Gunn deciding he doesn't want to do this anymore, whether it's some bad publicity that makes James Gunn have to step aside. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but I'm just saying like all it takes is one thing to derail this thing. And I know that sounds super negative, but it's like we've already seen it happen. We've already seen multiple things derail the steam that DC had. So I hope so. I see Soup say this all the time. Soup says that everything is riding on the Superman movie. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because it's going to kick off the new DC universe. Yeah.
So you think like even if Superman doesn't hit, because I don't know what, but I guess you'd have to figure out what his measure is. But he says like everything is riding on the Superman movie, like especially with the bad publicity of the Joker 2, like everything is right. There's no more pressure on another movie other than the Superman movie. So at that point, it's like, okay, if you say that, then what's the measure of success? Like if we hit 600 million, is that okay? Or I feel like people are going to expect it to hit a billion, and if it doesn't hit a billion, they're going to be like, oh shit. I
Well,
don't
a
know.
lot of people do that now.
Yeah, I know. Um, and so it's like I don't know what the measure is there, but I guess I wouldn't say that the whole success is on Superman though, just because James Gunn has a whole plan and we have a bunch of projects coming. So it's like even if Superman, I guess maybe he's measuring it off if the movie's just good. Maybe that's what he's measuring it off. But
I
even if a
think
movie's good and it doesn't do good box office wise, like that's still kind of a failure because the studio has to be like, yeah, this made enough money for me to be like, okay, let's invest in this. Let's go with this whole thing. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I believe that all the pressure is on this movie because I feel like DC has already had so many misses. So it's already like, what's one more? But also I know that James Gunn has a big plan. So if this doesn't do well, maybe we don't see his full plan.
um did any of the Guardians make a billion?
I think the
You
third
know,
one got close, no?
the first one made 700. Let's see. The second one did 845 and the third one did 845 also. But yet all those are well beloved. All those people, the critics and audience love, and they didn't make a billion. And I think that's honestly all Superman needs to do. I think it just truly needs to be
Loved.
loved. Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's my biggest thing that's going to come out of this. All these motherfuckers that were bitching and moaning about, man, this feels so grim. This Superman doesn't smile. Where's the happy Superman? Motherfuckers, you're about to get it. And if you don't show up to these goddamn theaters, bro, I don't want to hear shit, man. I'm so tired of seeing that meme where they say, DC fans online and everyone's like, yeah, but DC fans in the theater,
Yeah.
bro, and it's empty. I'm so
And
tired
that's
of
true.
me because it's
That is true.
true.
Yes. It is true for sure. But DC fans don't show up, bro. They don't. Not like Marvel fans. You can say what you want about the Marvel, but the MCU people show. I mean, I guess not here lately, right? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did well, but some of the other
Yeah.
movies haven't done very well.
Yeah, but the thing is too, going back to Soup's tweet about the pressure, it it definitely has a lot of that pressure because this movie just needs to be good. Because if it's just mediocre or whatever, and they still continue, then that mediocre the mediocre that taste is going to lead into the next movie. You want the Superman movie to be a fucking good ass movie, a good hit. I don't need $1 billion. I just need people to really like this movie or really love this movie so they can go, huh, I wonder if that hero is going to show up in the next project. I wonder if we're going to see this hero show up again. Like we're going to get Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern in Superman.
Mhm.
that's whenever we're about to get in that next topic of lanterns. But guess what? People are gonna be like, "Oh, I think Lantern's going to be a show. I wonder if he's going to show up. I liked him as Superman, so I got to tune in." It's all going to depend on this movie to see where if people really want to be on board with this movie or not, or
Yeah.
with this
Okay.
universe or
So
not.
then you agree like all the pressure's on Superman.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't, but it is just because DC so far has left a bad taste in people's mouths. Bro, The Rock, the most lovable man in Hollywood, couldn't even get people to go see his damn movie, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
I
do you
like
think
Black
that?
Adam.
Do you think that's just though because people don't take him serious as a superhero? Like whenever he was rumored to be fucking what's his name from X-Men Apocalypse,
Apocalypse.
I can't take that serious. I can't. So
I was
do you think
no,
some
I
people are
didn't.
like I just can't see him as a superhero in general? Like I'm not gonna pull up.
No, 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 no. That motherfucker is built like a superhero, bro. It's perfect for him.
He is. He is.
Um,
I'm trying
I
to find
thought
that
Black
tweet
Adam
where
was a
it's where
I thought
Soups
Black
brings
Adam was
up.
a perfect choice for him, and I just really hate the fact that no one cared, no one went to go see it. It was a good movie. I enjoyed
Yeah,
Black Adam.
yeah.
The whole
I didn't
Justice
think it was bad at
Society and
all.
everything, Hawkman, Doctor Fate, bro, it was
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, and then especially with Henry showing up at the end,
Oh
like
my
it brought back
gosh,
a glimmer of hope. It brought back a glimmer of hope that Warner Brothers was gonna fix things. And then it just all was for nothing. It got
all
scrapped.
for nothing.
Oh well, dude. I mean,
Hierarchy of
yeah,
power.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess Soups is right. I mean, I guess everything kind of is writing on this. I just feel like we've already seen so many misses, so it's like, you
And
know,
that's why this has
it
so
would
much pressure
fucking,
because
it
it
would
needs
fucking,
to hit.
it would fucking suck if this Superman movie sucks. But at the same time, like, I mean, I'm kind of used to it. I'm kind of used to it from a DC perspective, from a Warner Bros. Perspective. So it's like I don't know if this would be the end all be all for me because it's like, let's say this movie did suck. Yeah, that would fucking suck. But I know like eventually we'll get DC heroes on screen again, and hopefully it's done right then. I guess I'm just so used to it. I don't know.
Basically,
But
we just don't need this movie to be like Black Adam, to where like people like us go, "Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it was a good time. It was a good time." But no one saw it. Why? Because everyone heard
yeah,
it was mediocre. No one really liked it. Yada yada yada. Like, we need this to be fucking Guardians 3. We need
yeah,
this to be No Way Home. We need this to be, those big ass Marvel movies to where people go, "Bro, go check that shit out." That
yeah,
was so good.
yeah. Well, I hope it does well. So far though, Justice League is looking pretty stacked.
Oh yes.
Justice
Yes.
League is looking pretty stacked. We got some big news. Thinking we got a new Green Lantern casting. What's funny is that I'm not trying to toot our own horn here. I'm not, but I never saw anything about Aaron Pierre being cast. It's Aaron Pierre, right? I never saw anything about him being cast as Green Lantern. Then I come on after I see him in Rebel Ridge, and I told you, I said, bro, this has got to be This has got to be John Stewart. This has got to be our Green Lantern. Then that's when I started seeing people talk about it. I'm not trying to toot our own horn. I'm not trying to say that we made that thing, but I'm just saying like that's crazy that just took really one. I don't know if that's what it took. Maybe they were in discussions beforehand, but other studios execs saw him in Rebel Ridge and thought the same exact thing that we did.
Yeah, I remember that tweet or that text from after you saw Rebel Ridge, and he said, "Dude, this dude needs to be our Green Lantern." Then I watched the movie, didn't finish it because it was whatever
Yeah,
to
the
me.
movie
But
sucks.
apparently what's funny is that we say that like it was just whatever,
A lot of
but
people
people
liked it.
really like that movie.
Yes, that's why I
Like
watched it.
yeah, so whatever. Maybe I need to give it another shot. But him, that's something that we both agreed is old boy in there. He
The
was a
fucking tank.
tank.
Yes,
Was
and
a
the way he
tank.
was serious, like the way he was talking, I thought, bro, you could be fucking John Stewart, bro.
Someone on Twitter, I wish I had the tweet pulled up, but someone on Twitter asked James Gunn, because James Gunn's very vocal on social media, said, "Did Rebel Ridge sell you as for him to be John Stewart?" And he said, "No, his audition sold me,
Mm,
and his screen test sold me." So
mm.
he was probably already cast as John
Yeah,
Stewart
he was probably
way
already in
before
discussions.
Rebel Ridge came out.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, Rebel Ridge just definitely gave us the name.
Yeah.
Because if they would have said, if Rebel Ridge never came out, they said Aaron Pierre is going to be our Green Lantern, we're going to go, who?
Yes.
I mean, he's been in other projects. I'm not trying to
Yes.
diminish his resume, but we're going to look around and go, who the hell is that? He
Mm,
looks good, but who the hell is that?
yeah.
But yeah, James Gunn posted it
So
on his
far,
social
bro,
media.
Green Lantern's looking well. Green Lantern, the show is looking fantastic, and the future of the Justice League is looking fantastic.
Yeah, we got Superman, we got Lantern, John Stewart, and then we have Hawk Girl.
Yes. I'd
and
love the
he's going to be in
casting.
Superman too.
Believe it or not, though, there's still a lot of negativity around it. I still see a lot of people complaining about it. Some people are even pissed because he's light skinned and he's not as dark as Jon Stewart. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is that, bro? Like, that's crazy. People just can't be fucking happy with anything.
Bro, he looks like Jon Stewart. And if everyone's saying on Twitter, he looks like Jon Stewart from Justice League Unlimited, bro.
I think
This
he
dude
looks
looks like
exactly
he
like
looks
Jon Stewart.
great.
Yes,
He
I
looks
don't know what
great.
people are fucking over dramatic, bro. And there's no one set look on these characters. We were even having discussions at one point in life about a black Superman because there is a black Superman, like, and people, there's no one set version of these characters, and this is a black guy playing a black character, and people are still pissed because he doesn't have the same skin tone. Like, that's ridiculous.
Bro, this motherfucker has green eyes and people aren't even happy.
Dude, it's fucking crazy, bro. He's built like a fucking tank. He has the look of a superhero. He has the look of a Jon Stewart. Like, I don't know what else you want. Like, just be happy with the cast and be happy that we're getting this. Like, it's ridiculous to me that we still see negativity around it.
Bro,
Majority of the news though that I see is positive.
Yeah, same. I mean, I feel like a lot of people I follow and I keep up with on social media, whether it be Twitter or TikTok, I feel like a lot of people like the casting.
Yeah.
And that's good. The synopsis so far, well, also, we talked about it last time, but James Gunn ended up actually making a confirmation tweet that Kyle Chandler will be Hal Jordan.
Yes.
Good. We both like that casting as well. But the synopsis for the Lantern show came out saying, new recruit Jon Stewart and Lantern legend Hal Jordan, two intergalactic cops drawn into dark Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm down.
I'm down. And another reason I'm just down is because we said it. I don't know if it was last episode or episode before. I just trust HBO at this point.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say, right? Because, Warner Brothers is involved, and Warner Brothers movie wise fucking sucks. But HBO show wise, there's not really many fails there. So the fact that it's coming on HBO, like, I just have full faith in it.
Yeah, same. The success right now with Penguin, phenomenal. People like it. I mean, it showed a little dip in viewership, but as far as quality, it's doing great or whatever.
Quality is movie wise.
Yeah. What you call it. So yes, I mean, we just like you said, we've mentioned before. We always have faith in HBO, and for them to, for real, say, all right, we're going to put our DC universe, one of our main heroes, as a show. That's confidence right there. That's confidence. So I know they're going to come out with something great, and I can't wait to see what they do. And Aaron Pierre as Jon Stewart, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I think it's a great casting.
I like that he's not. I saw some people were saying like they should have got a big name, a huge name. And I'm thinking, bro, tell me what Chris Hemsworth was in before Thor. People are going to go, oh, well, he was in this movie. Well, yeah, you fucking know that now just because you watched him in Thor and then you want to go back and see what he was in prior. People don't know that stuff.
Chris Pratt was in Parks and Rec before he got Star-Lord. Like, yeah, exactly, you need a chance, bro. You need a chance. And we'll never get new actors if we don't give them chances. We'll never get new this Aaron Pierre 10 years from now, Green Lantern could be the thing that fucking skyrockets him and he's the next great actor. Like, you're never going to know unless you give these actors a chance.
Yep, I agree. And now I think the biggest question, bro. Well, obviously the rest of the cast for Justice League, but I need to see who's Batman.
Yeah, I think that's the one that everyone's really waiting for.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's two names that everyone keeps on talking about, but bro, there's only one for me. I'm not gonna lie.
You want what's his face, right? From Alan Richmond.
Richmond? Yes, bro.
Yeah.
This dude. He wants it, and I thought, give it to him, bro. He's been in DC for years.
Yeah, he just has that rugged look. Also,
he has that rugged look, and he's just built like a fucking brick house, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, just give him Batman. He's the perfect age for Damian Wayne. Fuck it, give it to him. People want Jensen Ackles. I get why or whatever. He has the voice. He has like the look or whatever. But whatever. I want Alan.
Yeah.
People keep on trying to say Jake Gyllenhaal too. I don't want Jake Gyllenhaal. I
don't think you want to talk about voice. I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal has a voice.
I don't want. People keep on saying, but he's a great actor. Yeah, great. You're a good actor. Yeah. But bro, no. No, so you want Christian Bale situation, bro.
Okay, but I think the Batman way that you're going though is you want a brute Batman, like you want another brute Batman.
I want another brute Batman, but then like I just think, bro, the
Like
comic book Batmans are just they're
more
just
swole than Robert Pattinson.
yeah, yeah, I'm fine with that. Because
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's a great Batman for what universe they're doing.
Yes.
And for
Um.
this universe, so for this Batman to stand amongst a Superman and to stand amongst a Wonder Woman, he better hold his own and he better look like he can.
Well,
You know what I
yeah, and yeah, yes. You steal the words right out of my mouth. I think for Batman in this universe to really feel like he has a presence, I think it has to be a swole Batman. Think of Christian Bale's Batman in this type of shit. Like it just doesn't fit. Like you need a brute of a Batman. Like you need a tank of a Batman.
So when Man of Steel came out, I literally had this conversation with Marco a couple weeks ago. Man of Steel came out, and when they announced at San Diego Comic Con, Batman Superman, it wasn't called Batman versus Superman. Everyone just kept saying, "Oh my god, they announced World's Finest. They announced World's Finest. They announced World's Finest." And every single picture on social media was of Christian Bale's Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman. And I just kept on thinking, first off, we all saw Christian Bale is done as Batman. Second, you really think that's Batman can
Yeah.
stand next to this Superman? No, you're out of your mind. And then
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It's not gonna be Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No, that Batman would not stand a chance standing amongst these heroes.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the Ben Affleck Batman, because I thought, yeah, bro, look at him. You're damn
Mm.
right he could stand with these heroes. So I want another Batman that could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think of who's like built the fuck up. Alan is a tank. What if they did? What if they did? Okay, what if they fucking broke the internet, bro? Gave Henry Cavill Batman. Would you be happy with that?
Oh, fuck yes, I would. Holy shit.
That would be crazy, wouldn't that be?
That'd be insane.
Bro, he has the look for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, he has a
Does he
look.
does he have the range to be Batman? I don't know. Like as far as like talking, as far as like, but he look wise, he has the look to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, but that goes to show again, bro. I just need the build. I need the build, and we can go from there, or
Yeah.
whatever. But you
Who's
know who's
another
bigger
guy
than
that's
Henry Cavill?
Alan?
Allen.
Yeah. Is he bigger than Henry? He's taller
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, he's taller. But go if you look at there's this behind the scene photo or video of that Ungentlemanly Warfare, whatever that came out.
Yes. Yeah, he was a tank
We'll
in
come
that.
to. He was just leaning against the wall, bro, and Henry walked up and shook his hand, and then he stood up. And first
Oh
off,
shit.
taller, but then, bro, he's just fucking.
I forgot that they were in that movie together.
I know. I still need to watch it. I
Yes.
want to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, bro, he's always been, even in Blue Mountain State. Hey, no homo boy, but boy was ripped as fuck in that show. So, like, bro, he's always had a good body. So,
And
yeah,
bro,
bro.
he was Aquaman in Smallville.
Yeah, well, I think he could be Aquaman today. He still
Yeah,
has a look.
yeah.
He still has the look
Blonde
as
hair, blue
Aquaman.
eye, boy. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
like
know if he
he's
had blue
still.
eyes, but yeah.
And if you want to do an older Aquaman, and we've talked about this before, how do you cast Aquaman and not take away the badassness that Jason Momoa brought? I think Alan being cast as Aquaman would be a good way to do
I'm
that.
not gonna lie, bro. If they said you're not getting Henry Cavill, you're not getting Ben Affleck, I'd be like, then give us Jason again. I take Jason as Aquaman,
Yeah, I would too.
just because we said it. Man of Steel was a dark movie. BVS was a dark movie. Momoa's Aquaman didn't feel like that DC universe.
Yeah.
It felt brighter. It felt lighter.
Mm.
Fuck it, bring him into this one. I'll be happy with it. But now I think
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
be Lobo.
Lobo. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got off topic from the Lantern stuff, but the Lantern casting, I'm all for it.
Tell me.
You wanna do Joker?
Yes, sir. Joker 2. The review that our millions of fans have been waiting for. Did we agree with everybody on the internet?
You go first.
Okay. Well, do you want to rank it first? Or no, does that mess up your review?
In all honesty, I haven't been able to think of one.
Okay.
I haven't been able to think of a number.
Okay. I haven't thought about it either till now. But I'm gonna give it a 5. I was gonna do a 4, but after sitting with it for a little bit, after reading some perspectives of things, it's brought it up to a 5 for me. I kind of feel the same way as everybody else. It wasn't a Joker movie, and I think that's everyone's biggest complaint. We thought that this was going to be, Arthur Fleck as him coming into the Joker, the actual Joker. It teases that at the end of the first movie, right? Like you kind of get that, oh shit, he's gonna be and so we all go into this second movie expecting to see that. We expect to see an actual Joker in the movie, and we don't get that. That's not what this is at all. And so I kind of, it's like I completely understand why everyone's pissed about it because Todd Phillips screwed us. He fucking gave us a movie called The Joker with Harley Quinn, but didn't give us any of the superhero aspect of it, in my opinion. Like even Harley Quinn is not Harley Quinn, like compared to what we're used to seeing. So, but when you break it down, as far as like when you take the superhero out of it, and then you just break down the actual movie, I kind of like it. Like I kind of like you go into this and you think, and then it just truly shows like, bro, we put all these expectations on this guy that's Arthur Fleck, but he's just mentally broken, and he's just mentally like, he can't even do it. Like he says it in the movie. I guess we should have said spoilers for the Joker if you haven't seen it, but he says it in the movie, like he can't do this. Like this isn't him. Like he's not the Joker. Like he tried to be this character that everybody wants him to be because they saw him on the Murray show, and but that's just not him. Like he's just he lived in a fantasy world for that scene, but like he's just broken, bro. And in the movie they put all this pressure on him, and us as fans we kind of put pressure on him. Like we expected to see him be that character that in the movie they wanted to see him be. So like when you break down that, and then like Harley Quinn just wants to be with him also because she wants to be with the Joker. But then when Arthur says he can't be the Joker because that's not who he is, she bails. Like she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care about him. She doesn't. So it's like I completely understand because this was marketed as the Joker, from the first movie. It was a different take, but we still expected to see the Joker, and then you introduce Harley Quinn, you introduce these superhero characters that we all love and we want to see, but that's not what it is. It's not a superhero movie. It's not a. I wouldn't even say it's really a villain movie, like a DC villain movie. Like it's just a guy who has mental illness, and they kind of portray this little Joker aspect in the movie, but it's not a superhero movie at all or a villain movie at all. So I guess when I separate that, I kind of like it. Like I kind of like how Todd Phillips, like, or he just shows us that like Arthur's just a broken guy, and he did this shit for attention, and it worked, but like he can't keep it up. Um, and then at the end, we get what we assume is the actual Joker. This guy is willing to do it. This guy is willing to do the bad stuff. Like even Arthur, when the Jokers bomb the courthouse and they're in the car with him, he's like, I don't want to be with these motherfuckers. Like they're bad. Like they're evil. Like yes, he killed 5 people, and that's evil. Like I mean, how can we say he's not a bad guy? But even he has a limit to the things, I guess. And he's like, he gets out the fucking car and leaves because he doesn't want to be with them. Like he just wants to run off with Harley and fall in love and run away together and do that stuff. Um, so I don't know. I put a 5 just because I love that perspective, but then I also am pissed because I wanted to see a Joker origin story. I wanted to see Arthur Fleck turn into the Joker. And that's not what this is. And the fucking musical aspect of it sucked ass. It was 100% a musical. No musical elements, bullshit. It was a fucking musical. And it did nothing to prolong the story. It was just a pause in Arthur's mind. It was just Arthur loves music. That's what he lives in his head. He lives with these musicals. And so it was almost like take a break from the story and go into Arthur's mind, and this is what he's thinking, and this is the song. But it had nothing to move the story forward. It had nothing like the story doesn't move forward until that song's over. So I thought the musical aspects were annoying too. There was just too many.
Um, yeah. So speaking on the musical elements of it, it was a musical. It
Yes.
had 2 to 3 songs too many, in my opinion. The whole time I kept on thinking, and you're right, it's about whatever I was saying before, because that's what Todd Phillips was saying, that it's going to have musical elements that's going to progress the story. Okay, I get that. Going into it, I had that mindset. The first song that hit, it was just Arthur singing inside the jail, dancing around, and then when the song was over, it's like it never happened. You're right, it was inside his mind. I thought, if they're all like that, cool, I'm down. I'm down for it. Like whatever. There's not gonna be too many, no big deal, whatever, whatever. Yeah, there was about 2 to 3 too many in that damn movie. Um, And like you, I could probably sit with about a 5. I think thinking about it, okay, a 5 would be a good one. I don't agree with a lot of people online that's saying that this shit is trash. Oh my god, worst movie ever. No, 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 no. I think a lot of people just they definitely want to, I guess, jump on board with all that hype of hating this movie. I don't think it was that bad. We got up in the first thing. That wasn't that bad. It wasn't, in my opinion. I didn't hate that movie. I didn't love it. It's not on the same standards for me like the first Joker. I love that first Joker movie. It's dark as hell, but I loved it. It's not on the same page, bro. It's not on the same level as that first Joker movie.
Yeah.
Going with the when you were saying that um everyone thought that this movie was going to be Arthur becoming Joker and finally getting that whole thing. Yeah, I thought that too. I really thought it was going to be like that. But if you break it down like how you said, it's just a dude that's just fucked up. We saw that in the first one. So it's almost like, okay, I guess why wouldn't it translate into this one too? It's just he's still just messed up from all the events that happened in the first one, and he's still dealing with the repercussions. He's just in jail. He's caught. There is no going back. And I mean, the whole Harley Quinn thing, yeah, her name's Lee. It's not Harley, it's Lee or whatever. Cool, little twist. The only elements you really saw of Harley was, I guess, just her looks at times. But other than that, you really barely got Harley Quinn. She's crazy in love with the Joker, but that's it. Just Joker, not Arthur Fleck. Um, People online saying that Todd Phillips ruined everything. He doesn't ever need to touch another DC project. Even he came out and said he's done with DC. He's not going back and yada, yada, yada. I don't know if that's just because he only wanted to do Joker and never do anything else, or maybe it was just the results of how filming and behind the scenes went with this movie. We don't know how, what Warner Brothers did or whatever, execs had their hand in it. But from the sounds of it, sounds like he had full control of this movie. So if this is his vision, this is what we got. I think I'm more disappointed in the movie. I'll say that. I think I'm just disappointed, but from going with what we got in the actual movie, like sitting down going, okay, fuck, I guess this is the movie we get. I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. I enjoyed my time whenever it was full, like non-singing. I was fully invested, dude. I was fully invested to see where the hell this court case was going to go, see how it was all going to play out. I didn't know how it was going to end at times. I kept on thinking, okay, it may end like this. Oh, well, no, I could see it going this way now. Joaquin absolutely killed it once again as Arthur Fleck. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn or Lee Quinzel nailed it. I thought she did great. And I kept on thinking, oh my gosh, if they actually gave these two full ass Joker and Harley roles, they would be phenomenal. They would be absolutely phenomenal in these roles. But we just got two deranged, mentally ill people in a society that's going to treat them that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just basically what the whole first one was. And I don't know how many times I kept on saying that back in the day, as far as, in the comic books for Joker, it's all, all it takes is one bad day. Well, Arthur Fleck had many bad days. And this is what society made him. And we're just still dealing with it with this movie. And not being the real Joker at the very end, I had to take notes. Not being the real Joker at the end, him not wanting to do it. I get it. He portrayed something that he thought would get him liked and get him attention, because he even said it on the Maury Franklin show, whatever his name was, saying that, if he was the one beaten up on the street, people would just walk all over him. He said he passes people every day and no one recognizes him. Basically the same thing Bane said, in The Dark Knight Rises, bro. No one knew who I was till I put on the mask. No one knew who Arthur was until he put on that face paint, bro.
Yeah.
And this is what we got.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I understand why people are pissed, because we were under the notion that this was going to be the Joker coming into the Joker. But essentially the movie is just about the character Joker. But it's not, it has nothing to do with art. Like, Arthur is not the Joker. And we all put those expectations on him. And even in the movie, they all put those expectations on him. And I guess that's what Todd Phillips was trying to say. And even at the beginning of the movie, I thought it was brilliant how it's the animated portion, right, at the beginning, and you see the shadow of the Joker. The character of the Joker is getting too big for Arthur. It's becoming too much. Like, you see the shadow wanting to come out of and stand on its own, and Arthur can't keep up. Like he can't keep up with it. So it's like the shadow of the Joker itself has gotten too big. The character of the Joker has gotten too big. And I don't even think he expected it to get this big. You're right. He did it because he thought people were going to like him, and it works, but that's not even who he is. He had a multitude of bad days that led him to do the things that he did. And he even says like I killed 6 people. Like I'm sorry that I did that, but like he had multitude of bad things, bad days that led him up to that. And then at the end, he's not about the Joker shit. Like he's not about being. I guess I don't want to say he's not about being a bad person because he did kill 6 people, but at the same time, he's not like he's not willing to go to those depths of what the actual Joker is. And it just gets too big for him. And like I said, if I separate the if you take away your madness about not seeing the Joker and not seeing Harley Quinn, actual like how we perceive them, and you just focus on the movie, like that is kind of a good that's a pretty good story. Like that's a pretty good story of this guy who's mentally ill, had a multitude of bad days, and everyone puts this pressure on him to become the Joker, but he's just not, bro. He's just a guy who, fucked up in the head and just is depressed, and he wanted people to like him. Even at the jail, the prison guards, he's like entertainment for them. Like they think they don't even think he's funny. They just like to laugh at him because just the things that he does and how he is, and that's all he's used for. And so he wanted to become the Joker, and he's not. And that part I enjoyed. But going into the movie, I just feel like Todd Phillips hoed everybody because he used the character Joker, he used the character Harley Quinn to give us this story, but it's not the story that we're used to. It's not the story that it's not the characters that we're used to. It's not the characters that we expected to see. Um, and so, I mean, you title this movie anything else other than Joker, I think it's a pretty good movie. Like, I think it's not bad. Like, it's okay. Joaquin Phoenix kills it. If you take away your side about the movie, like you said, Phoenix does a great job acting wise. Lady Gaga does a great job acting wise. Um, and you're right. Like it makes you think like the potential is that's what makes people even more mad. The potential is there. You see the potential in Joaquin. Like we said it after we walked out of the theater. Like imagine Joaquin actually as the Joker. Like bro, I think he would kill it. I think he'd do a great job. Um, yeah, I mean, I completely understand why people are mad though. But I do think I'll tell you this: I think you didn't hate it, and I think I didn't hate it as much because we went and saw it late. And we already knew going in. We already saw everyone's reviews on it. We already saw everyone talking about how bad it was or how they hated it. And so me and you went into it thinking like we know what to expect. We know it's going to be a musical. We know that a lot of people are pissed about it. We know that it's not a Joker movie. Like we know I saw that's what I saw before going into it. So I'm like, I already have this notion in my head. And I think that helped a little bit with my rating.
I would say when we were walking in, you straight up said, I already know I'm gonna fucking hate this movie when we walk out.
Yeah,
And you didn't end up hating it. So that
that's
says
true.
something. That
That's
says
true.
something as well. Quick question though. And I feel like I know the answer, but I just have to ask it. What's the difference between the first one and the second one? Because I remember a lot of people at the very end of the first one, and the thing that everyone got out of the first one was the same thing. If you don't title this the Joker movie, you're not going to know it's Joker, if that makes any sense. And that this is such a different take on the Joker and everything like that. And you're saying that Todd Phillips, I guess, hoed us because we thought we were going to get a Joker film, and this is just. Well, we kind of thought we were going to get the same thing from the first one. We thought we were going to get like the full clown prince of crime. We didn't. We got a deranged, mentally ill, depressed human being that ended up, dressing up as a clown and calling himself Joker. Okay, cool. Now we get the ramifications of that, and we still kind of got the same thing: a deranged, depressed human being that dressed up as a clown and called himself the Joker, all to go to the very end and say, he doesn't want to be called Joker anymore. It was just a character he played because he thought he would get loved for it. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, obviously, yes, I get like the movie didn't resonate with a lot of people and everything, but what's the difference between the two? How come we're okay with saying it for the first one, but not this one? Is it truly because
Well,
the elements we have musical and everything didn't add up and people didn't like that? Or did we think, well, now that he's the Joker from the last one, that means for sure we're getting him in this one?
I don't know about you, but when I saw the first movie, I looked at it, I perceived it as it was a Joker origin story. So I didn't think I was going to see the full deranged Joker in the first movie. Um, so when you have the first movie and it leads up, right, and at the end it leads up to him becoming the character to the Joker, like he calls himself Joker. Um, so you kind of look at the first movie, and at the end, right, you see him, and everyone's cheering him, and he killed Murray Franklin, and he did all that stuff, and so at the end of the first movie, I thought, I'm just giving my opinion here, and then I'm sure a lot of people thought, okay, so the second movie, if they ever make a second movie, I didn't think they were going to. If they ever make a second movie, it will be about him actually being the Joker. That's what I thought. But if you break it down and you break down the first movie, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like Todd Phillips gave us the same story. This is where I think he's brilliant. Because in the second movie, everyone has these expectations on Arthur, and even us as fans outside of the movie had expectations of Arthur becoming the Joker. But he's not. Like, and he said in the movie, like he's not that. Like he doesn't want to do it anymore. Like he's not the Joker. And so that's why I think Todd is brilliant, because he's like, bro, all you motherfuckers thought that he was going to be the Joker, but like he was just trying to get liked by people. And he, at the end of the day, he's a mentally ill guy. And I think you all are all forgetting that. Like he's depressed as fuck. Like he can't do this. Um, so I don't think I think the issue is that people saw the first movie like I did, and at the end, I don't want to say it in fully entails, but it kind of entails like he's going to be the Joker if we ever get a second movie in the future, or let's just say let's just say we never get a sequel. Let's just say we never get a sequel, right? At the end of the first movie, you think he's the Joker, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's why people are pissed, because then you get to the second movie and you want to see him as the Joker, but you don't see him as that. Like you don't see him as the Joker that we're used to seeing, and that's why I think people are pissed. But I think if you actually break down the first one, they never said that that's our fault for believing that. That's our fault for just like everyone is in the movie. Everyone in the movie was glorifying everything that he did as a Joker. And so they wanted him to continue to be the Joker, and that's how us as fans were. But us as fans and them in the movie don't understand that he is just a mentally ill guy that's depressed and has had a fucked up life. So at the end of the day, it's kind of our fault because we went in with those expectations. So that's why I'm not too mad about it, I think. But at the same time, I think if you're going to use the name Joker and you're going to use the name Harley Quinn, I want to see a movie about the Joker and Harley Quinn. And you don't see that. And so that's why I'm so pissed. So I think everyone's rightfully within their rights of opinion to hate this movie, to be pissed about this movie. But I think because I went into it seeing it afterwards and seeing seeing everyone's opinion on it and understanding that this isn't a Joker movie before I go watch it, I think it helped in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying though? About
Yeah, I get what you're saying. In my head, I just think to myself, you're right. I mean, you are right. We did it to ourselves. And I think that's what even Todd Phillips is saying, that he's not the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
and he's trying not necessarily defend it, but I've seen some comments of him saying, like, no one said this was the Joker. Like, because whenever people say Joker, people expect, like I said, like the comic book, Clown Prince of Crime.
Yes.
He wasn't the Joker in the first movie. In this one, he's still not the Joker. So it almost makes me think, okay, so you're right, we did to ourselves, but why would we think that, which I get why, but I'm just saying, like, imagine, like, why would we think that if the Joker really wasn't the Joker in the first one, why the hell would it be any different for Harley Quinn? Like, we should have kind of thought deeper into it, but you're right. By the end of the first one, how everything played out, it was like, oh yeah, bro, he about to be Joker in this shit.
Yes. And that's
So
why.
yeah, so that's okay. We're going to get the Harley and everything, but literally, it's just one of those things where I think, looking back, I'm like, it follows, like it leads, it makes sense. Everything makes sense, and I think that's why I'm so lenient about it. And I see, like I said, bro, Blu-ray Angel, whatever. On
He hated it, and he's super positive. He's super positive.
It's so crazy seeing him hate so much with this
He
stuff.
he doesn't. Yeah, he was very disappointed.
So mad at Todd Phillips and everything like that. And I'm thinking, I'm not honestly mad at Todd Phillips at all. I still think what he gave me was good acting. I still, like I said, I still enjoyed it or whatever. Is it the best thing ever? No. Is it a step down from the first one? Yes. It really makes me like think, or it makes me double down on this did not need a sequel.
It
We
didn't. It
left
didn't need a sequel.
perfectly from that first one, and this 100% shows Warner Brothers saying the first one made $1 billion, boom, the second one's about to make $1 billion, and it bit them in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah. I just I mean,
I
like
guarantee
I said,
Joaquin's like, this is why I don't do sequels.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I just think we all as fans did it to ourselves. Um, we see the character associated Joker, we see the title Joker. It's in Gotham City where the Joker is.
New York.
It's so when but it's in Gotham though. It's
Yeah.
the state of New York. But like at the same time, yeah, if you break down the first movie and then it you're right, it story wise it ties perfectly to the first movie because at the end of the day, Arthur is just a broken guy. He had a multitude of bad days that led up to what he did, and now he's paying for it. But he can't live up to the character that he created in Joker. And at the end, someone else seems like they're willing to live up to that, and they that's how he dies. That he kills them, and he's just laughing, and it ends with him laughing like the Joker. Um,
I saw people online saying that's supposed to be Heath Ledger, and I thought y'all are idiots.
yeah, I don't think everything's connected, but whatever. Um, I just, but like you said, at the same time, I completely understand why everyone's pissed because you go into that movie expecting to see the Joker and you don't see the Joker. Um, but at the same time, I agree. I see Todd Phillips' side as well because we did that to ourselves. This motherfucker never said he was making a superhero movie. He never said that it was gonna tie into Joker being like the Joker that we see. We just expected to see that, and that's what I think is so brilliant. We expected to see that, just like Joker's fans in the movie expect to see him. They expect to see him that way. They expect to see him doing this.
Good one.
That's why I think Todd is brilliant, is because like us as fans and in the movie we put all this pressure on this character Arthur Fleck to be the Joker, but dude, he's a broken guy. Like he can't, like he's not about that shit. And so that's why I think it's brilliant. That's why it's like afterwards, and after I sat with it for a few days, I think to myself, I mean, that was kind of a brilliant idea, and it was kind of written really well, like that whole perspective and that whole like, yeah, we just all put this, even Harley, like she put so much pressure on him to be the Joker, she was telling him all these things to do that the Joker would do. And Arthur was just trying to get out. Like he was just trying to listen to his lawyer and shit. And she's in his ear telling him all this stuff. She said, you coming with paint. Like she's influencing him to be the Joker, but he's not. And so, yeah, that's where I think it's brilliant. Because we put all this pressure and so do the people in the movie. But he's not that. But at the same time, it's like I can't let this motherfucker slide because he gave us the title Joker in Gotham City, gave us the character Harley Quinn. So it's like, motherfucker, what do you think what do you want me to expect? Like, what do you think that I'm going to go into this movie expecting? I'm going to go into this movie expecting to see the Joker, Harley Quinn in Gotham. I don't need to see Batman, that's fine. But like, you would think eventually it leads up to something related to Batman or something like. So it's like I can't let him slide either because it's like, bro, don't give me a title then called Joker in Gotham City with Harley Quinn. Give me another title of something else, because it's like, how can you use those characters and not give us actually them? So at the same time, that's why I'm at a 5. I'm at a 5 because I think it was brilliant the way he did it, but I also am pissed at him, and I think everybody else should be pissed at him for what he did as well. It's just like, bro, you can't let it slide. Like, I get it. Like, you want it to be different, and that's fine. But then don't fucking call it the Joker. Like, don't call it Joker 2. Don't give us these characters. Because if you're not going to actually use them the way they're intended to, if you're not going to actually give us the actual, like, I know there's no one set version, but generally all of them are kind of conclusive. All of them kind of have the same things about them. And he didn't give us that. So the first movie was...
You know where he's not like that? In this motherfucker right here.
Oh, really?
You know.
In the first movie, I was okay with it because I was thinking all of these events are stepping stones to him eventually becoming the Joker. And then at the end, you think, oh, he's the Joker. He's standing on top of the car. He's dancing. Everyone's cheering for him. Everyone's wearing like, you think he's going to have henchmen now. Like, you think that he is going to become the Joker in the first movie. And he did that to us, Todd Phillips. So you can't get mad at me for going into this movie expecting to see him be the Joker. So it's like, that's why it's like, I got to be in the middle. I think it was brilliant the way he did it, because afterwards I'm thinking, I did that to myself. I put this pressure on Arthur Fleck. I put this pressure on this movie for him to be the Joker. But at the same time, bro, you titled the movie fucking Joker, and you have Harley Quinn in it, and it's in Gotham City. So yeah, that's why. That's just where it's like, I honestly see both sides.
Yeah. I get it.
So I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what it's making movie wise. I don't think it's gonna do very good. I think I see a lot of hate. Lately. I've been seeing some positive stuff about it.
I think people are sitting with it a lot more now. At the moment, it is sitting at $121 million.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
I
it's
heard
gonna
it
do
needs to
much
make
more.
400. It needs to make 400 to break even.
Yeah, it's not making that.
No, it's not making that.
It's not making that. But I think I could definitely see this movie 10 years down the line having a cult following, having a following of people being like, you motherfuckers didn't understand this movie, and this movie is actually brilliant. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Oh well.
It is what it is.
Didn't
Anything
need that
else?
sequel, but we got it. Oh well.
Yeah, I think you personally should have slept it at the first one. Leave us thinking he became the Joker and call it a day.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think you could have left it there perfectly fine.
But no, nothing else.
Cool. Well, we'll have episode 51 for WWE as well. And we'll be back next week.